Today, I'm going to be teaching you a strategic placement foil with 10 to 15 foils utilizing BlondeAF with a semi-overlay of Satire and Volatile. What's up everybody, I'm Michael Bargallo. I'm known on Instagram as the main Michael. This is my starting level canvas. It is a beautiful natural level 7 here. And this is going to be a great starting point for our color today. I'm taking about a 1/4 inch section here. And we're going to take this around the hairline, straight in the front. I'm going to pull this straight out from the head, holding it straight out forward. A pro tip, I like to take micro circles instead of check marks because when you do check marks, you get uneven results with your weave. There's not consistency to it. So when you go in and you take micro circles, you're actually going to get a better consistency flow and more even result with your weave. Another pro tip I like to do, I don't really use my foiling comb when I go and put the foil in. I like to take it, I crease it, I over direct this section, over directing 45 degrees, and then I'm going to place it over so that I can make sure I'm getting an on base right at the root there. Another pro tip, I don't ever fold my foils. I always place another foil on top of it. The reason I place a foil on top of it is because it's going to give more even lifting results instead of folding and creasing. And I just secure it off on one side. We're going to take another 1/4 inch section here. So I'm going to be taking diagonal sections over the ear, coming up the head. What that's going to do is allow the foils to fall like with more pops around the face, but be more softer as it falls back to leave that depth that I'm looking for. So we're going to come in and take it on a diagonal section, starting from maybe like middle of that foil and bringing it over. This whole section here, we're going to hold up at a 90 degrees straight out from the head, and I'm going to lightly feather this. Now, these weaves are going to be a lot thicker because we want to give more impact and more brighter pops throughout their hair. So I'm going to take a lot thicker weaves. I'm probably going to do about 3 weaves here. Oil down, and paint as far down as we can go. I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to hold it horizontally, and we're going to feather this going up. What that's going to do is create a little bit more of a softer blend to the root area. And we're going to place oil. We're going to take one more diagonal section again, going this way. Holding straight out. Surface teasing. We're going to take bigger weaves again with my circles already starting, and we're going to weave into here. So now we got 4 little pieces. Oil under. I'm going to paint starting an inch away from the hair. Add more product. Paint, paint, paint. Another pro tip, if you want to get more saturation, applying lightener side to side is going to allow you to open up that hair and really drive that lightener in and make sure you're getting even coverage. And then we're going to go horizontal and we're going to feather this up. So now we're moving over into the Mohawk section. What I'm going to do is start here in the front of the hairline, but normally I would stand in front of my guest when I'm doing this behind the chair. But for this reason, I'm going to be standing on the side for you can see it. So just like the sides here, we're going to be taking, again, a 1/4 inch section around that hairline. We're just trying to skim that hairline off there. So we're going to come in, we're in a micro circle. Pull out and place. Paint an inch away from the roots, and we're going to paint down as far as we can go. A good pro tip when your foil starts to fall, if you take your comb here and you pull it underneath the weave and you pull the foil up and drag this down, I just brought the foil back up. But you want to make sure you wipe off your comb before you continue using it. And then now I just got to the hairline. So now we're going to pull this out. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to surface tease this, but now we're going to go into our thicker weaves again. So we're going to go back into doing those 3 big thicker weaves into the hair. Now that we finished our first 3 foils, we're going to go in with this section. But what we're going to do is we're going to start to do diagonal back, going in little triangles until we fall into the back of the head. So we're going to start in the middle of the hair here, of the foil, and come straight through. Surface tease, thick weave, fold oil, place, Compound. Take that next diagonal section over. Pulling this straight out, we're going to do some surface teasing. Going in with my micro circles into a thick weave. Another pro tip, when you have a lot of hair, you can also paint the lightener on the foil a little bit to give a little bit more adhesion when you go to apply, and you can also make sure you're getting really good saturation and coverage. See how well that's sticked on? So we're going to continue these diagonal sections until we complete the finishing Mohawk section. So I've already gone in and finished my foils. What I've been doing now, I've gone in with a semi-permanent with Volatile. Now, we don't want to make sure that Volatile and our lightener is touching because they're going to cancel each other out. So we're going to make sure that we apply it enough where it's just soft enough to the hairline. Once we finish rinsing out all of this, these foils will be utilizing Satire to give more of that pop around the hair. And with our new anti-overworking technology, there is no more overworking. So now we can make sure we're getting even coverage and full results without having to worry about inconsistent results. We're just applying Satire right at the highlights. Blending it in, pulling it down, side to side motions, really driving that color in there. Applying this at the roots, working our way down, rubbing this into the hair, side to side motions, really ensuring you're getting even saturation in that hair. So we are working on our last section here now. Once we are finished, we are going to let her process for 45 minutes for maximum coverage and even results. What do you all think of the finished results here? What you noticed here is you could see Satire created such a pop around the face with us doing those highlighted pieces. And then as you see, as we get to the back, it starts to diffuse and you start to see the depth of the Volatile in there. So this is going to create more softness, more blend for the client, but still give them that pop that they're looking for. Thank you so much for joining today. Please let me know in the comments what do you think about this Satire and Volatile creation, and please like and subscribe to the Pulp Riot TV.